say it's a good move for whiff punishing. And like I said, it acts as a combo right after that. There you go. See, one of the things I'm really good at when it comes to fighting games, and you probably, when that video is gonna get uploaded, the lobby match where I played with you and everybody else, you're gonna see in my matches that I whiff punish a lot. I'm keeping my distance. I'm kind of like I'm playing like I think Hassan told me that, or some people on CKT, or maybe a couple of people in Tekken. I play like Muhammad Ali. You know, I'm always on my toes, jumping around, really like, you know, always stepping. I'm dancing. I'm literally, you see me moving all the time. There's never a moment when I'm playing a game that I'm standing still. Never. Unless the opponent's doing like a taunting or something, then I'll stand still myself and then taunt as well. But whenever I'm in a match, I always move around. Why? Because I'm turning around. I'm waiting for you to do a mistake. So whenever you do a mistake, I have access to this. Then I whiff punish you, and I start a combo. That's what I did with Tina all the time. Her 4-4 kick got plenty of fucking reach. You can even reach from here. When you're standing with Tina right here, and you do 4-4 kick with her, her move will reach from here. So I can keep as long distance as possible with Tina, whatever the fuck I like, and just dance around, just moving around, just turtling around. So and in general, if you see somebody turtling around in any fighting game, the best option to fight against someone that is turtling around is by not attacking him. Because keep in mind, taking notes in my mind, good, do that. Because keep in mind, Lucky, and everybody else on stream or YouTube channel, keep in mind, when somebody is turtling you, they cannot hurt you. Because who do you think can hurt you from this distance? I mean, if you're playing Devil Jin and Tekken and he's doing like a fucking laser, I guess he will have a chance eventually to hit you. If you're fucking around, maybe you're doing like a taunting, and then you get a fucking laser beam in your head. Then it's your own fault. But since your opponent is standing all the way over here and just dancing around, moving like Muhammad Ali, really turtling around, you just have to do the same thing. Because you keep in mind, the only way you can win in a fighting game is by your opponent hurting you. He can't hurt you from here unless you're playing, like I said, unless you're playing Tina, like I'm playing, and she has the 4-4 kick, which will hit any opponent from this distance. If you're whiff punishing from this distance, Tina can hurt you. And I know Tina is like a grappler and all that stuff, you know, wrestler character. So a lot of people think that you have to like be in your fucking face of your opponent since you're like a grappler. But obviously, the way I play Tina is I play her the same way that I play King. I'm just keeping my distance and praying for the opponent to do a mistake. But then again, the higher skills the opponent has, I think the harder it is to play King. In that particular way, it's King. I don't know about Tina, because Tina and King is not the same, obviously. So I think, well, since I've been playing Tina, I think Tina does have a lot of more options to get in on your opponent, even though he's turtling around. Like, she got, you know, the running Shining Wizard and all that stuff. But just keep in mind, whenever you see someone just moving around, just turtling all the time, just turtle up yourself. Because eventually he's going to be like, why the fuck is this opponent turtling like I'm turtling? Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm trying to keep myself away from your bullshit and waiting for you to whiff something so I can whiff punish you. But you're not gonna whiff punish anything if you're turtling yourself, because you're not gonna be throwing out any fucking moves. And keep in mind, there's time on. There's time on when you're playing. So if you have the lead when it comes to health, maybe you've been poking him some couple of times, you got more health, and then you keep your distance, you're backing away, you're turning around, because now you're just wasting time. You got more health, so eventually the time is gonna run out. If you still have more health than your opponent have, obviously you're gonna win that round because you got more health. So you're just standing there, just turning around, waiting for him to do any mistakes, you know, whiff something so you can whiff punish him, whatever you're gonna be doing. So the fact is, he needs to eventually, if you got more health than him and you're turtling, and he's trying to turtle himself because he see you turtling, he needs to eventually, when the time is running out, he needs to do something. He needs to move in, because you got more health than him. So that's definitely my biggest tip I can ever give any King or Armor King player, or Honoka. Even though I don't play Hanoka myself, but I can clearly already tell that this character, she does got some good moves. She does have some good whiff punishments like this one. It got good distance. You can get it from crouch. It doesn't even matter. So it's a really good whiff punish. You just have to figure out what your opponent is gonna do. So like I said, when you're turtling and you got more health, you just pretty much need to wait for your opponent to do something. And if you totally fuck up, boom, whiff punish that shit and start a combo. And I take a quarter out there to start, what? I do that half the time, and they get beta for, exactly. So you clearly understand what I mean. And that's like, and it doesn't apply to Tekken, it applies to all fighting games. The fact is that I do it with any character in the game. I figure out the combos, I look what is punishable, what is a quick punish, what is the good frames, this, that, and the other. And when I can fully, well, not 100% play the character, but in some way play the character in some potential, I start just turtling. Even though some of the characters might not be the best one for turtling, I'm still doing it. Because the fact is, the more health lead I have, the more frustrated your opponent's gonna be no matter what. Think about it as a tournament. If you're playing in a tournament and you have more health, eventually, even though your character is not like the right one for like being like the turtling character and just waiting for like the mistakes, your opponent is still gonna be frustrated no matter what, cause you got more health. The time is running. The time is not gonna fucking wait for you. So you just standing there just turtling, and he's being like, oh shit, I gotta move in quick because the time is running out and I got low health. He's gonna do a high kick, boom, duck that shit and start punishing him like that.